So look, yesterday I spoke with JP, right? And I don't have any type of voice recordings or anything of our last two conversations, and it was the last 2 days. So I spoke to him on the 25th, and I spoke with him on the 24th, the day after my birthday, and yesterday. Today's the 26th. And you know, I recorded every conversation that I have. It wasn't intentional that I didn't record the conversation that he and I had. He just kept catching me off guard. Like when he popped up, I wouldn't have my phone on me or even have no idea where my phone was in the house. So, he popped up and told me he had rolled by twice yesterday. And that he had his granddaughter with him one of the times. His granddaughter and his daughter with him one of the times. And he said they had just passed by and were like, you know, wanted to see if I was there, because if I was, then they go get the stuff. He go get the stuff and bring it back or whatever. And I had been. So this is like a little after 9 p.m. This is happening at my house right now last night. So I tell him, I'm like, well, because I wasn't gonna do it anymore. Like so many things had shifted. So many elements of how I was being attacked had shifted. And it really, like, him showing up was really kind of almost just a cover up for me surfacing in Shawnee, Oklahoma yesterday. I went to Shawnee, Oklahoma, and went to the local Walmart there, and they panicked. And he did something that looked like some covert stuff on his way out. Okay, like backing into the driveway across the street where those people just live, and with them trying to cover up the trip and everything. And then backing back behind the back of my car again, you know, like I'm supposed to be following him. That's what he did that didn't make sense. So, and if I showed you, you say the same thing. But I followed him to his place, and he, you know, was going through his stuff, and he gave me some things, and like he gave me stuff that I really didn't need, you know, but it was also stuff that I didn't have and that I don't keep on hand. So I have the shrimp, and he gave me some sausage to go in this stew, in this Creole stew. This Creole dish is gumbo. And I've never made gumbo before, right? But I bet you it's going to be like amongst the best. It's going to be like that. And anyways, yeah, it's because they were trying to cover it up, and you know, they had him to use as a means to have some type of conversation with me. And then they attacked my car. Yesterday it was driving fine. Today it's stuttering. Okay, like they've been pulling it, yanking it, and it stuttered on more than one occasion. Even acted like it wanted to make a muffler sound when I gave it gas, when I tried to get it to accelerate. So it's because he stopped by that I ended up making a gumbo. Before I left the house, I made the roux. And the roux, I started with the roux because from research I found that like it's to get a more authentic taste, you look, they're attacking my mouth while I talk, so that it makes that sound. It's like they're pulling and tightening ligaments so that I can't pronounce my words right. But I made the roux because it's a dark roux, and it took like 30 minutes to achieve it at least. It took 30 minutes at least to achieve it, and I ended up having to make 2 because the serving size for what I was doing was 10, but I want to make at least 15 servings, you know, like I want to have something left for myself at the house. But I purchased some lobster and some crab legs. I've never cooked crab legs before in my life, ever. I've never even eaten them like out anywhere. Look at this too far, like doing the most. I haven't even eaten them, had them out nowhere. Never had crab legs. I've had crab meat because my mom, you know, she'd have it, but I haven't had crab legs. I've never had to break them down and cut them open or nothing like that. And I intend to just cut these into pieces, like 2-inch pieces, and throw them in there and let them do their thing. But yeah, I picked up some stuff. The federal government has been throwing an absolute fit about it. They talked about the ingredients alone, how much it cost, and stuff like that. I thought it would be cool to have these big chunks of lobster in it, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know, because I'm going to put it in the oven just to give everything a chance to simmer afterwards, after I like make it up. I'm going to put it in the oven and cook it real low for like some hours. And as I thought about that, I was like, I probably shouldn't take the lobster out of the shell. I should just leave it in the shell and let it do like a slow broil, just to not compromise its texture. You know, you don't want the lobster's texture to get messed up. What I did not get is Old Bay sauce, but I didn't think that I needed it really either because of everything else that's going into it. I don't think that gumbo is reliant of that specific ingredient. I don't think that got nothing to do with that. But anyways, I'll let you know. That's not what this video was about. I had a dialogue with him 2 days. Remember, I told you, every time I have a dialogue with someone, you know I don't talk to nobody. I don't have phone conversation. I don't text. I don't do nothing. He and I were texting last night. The elder and I were texting last night. And while the only reason like I decided to kind of not treat him like the rest was because we had two things in common, and that's being a veteran and travel. So I wasn't as quick to, you know, be like, no, I didn't do that. But that's why. And that's kind of what I had. He didn't know about the travel until we had our first conversation, but you know, just that I was a veteran, you know, it's kind of when he... Anyways, I never had conversations. I've had 3 conversations recently with the elder. And remember, never forget, 2020, what it's always been. Remember they had even put me on probation for a year to get me to be able to have me sit in front of somebody that they could change faces of and claim that, you know, they were having a conversation with me. And now that I haven't been on probation and I've been enrolled in school at the university, they use those type of identities. So they have been using the university, me being in college, to carry on and make sure they continue to attack my appearance. I'm on a leave of absence from school right now, and I don't plan on returning to college. College is not something that I like to do, and I've been public about how much I hate going to school. But in the only video that I kind of almost talked about it in detail, and you could really like tell that it was something that I didn't like to do, they dropped the audio from that video. And I had to reference that video twice because it had some shit in it. It had some real shit in it, and they made sure it wasn't heard. I told you that the dialogue, a back and forth between me and someone else, is what they are using to attack my appearance and to attack my property. Okay? So they ended up using that against me. They ended up using that against me. And despite me being cordial, despite me spending a little bit of... Yeah, I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to take time out my day to do this. I'm just letting you know the nature of the devil. And them motherfuckers did the same shit anyhow.